Hello.
Hey,
Morning.
Zach. What's up?
Bro, how are you?
Doing good, man. How are you? It's been a pretty good
I'm
day
blessed,
today.
man. Awesome.
I wanted to hop on here today and talk to you about this objection I had on an appointment today. It's kind of one of those ones I tried to overcome it, but I don't really think I did. So it was another multifamily property I'm working, another quadplex. I found it another driving for dollars leads, but it's a tired landlord also. I started cold calling this morning. It was probably about an hour into my session. Got the seller on the phone and, asked if she was the owner and went through all that, asked if she wanted to sell. And she said, "Oh, Lord, yes, I want to sell," was her exact words. So I was like, man, just motivated. So, did some basic qualifications over the phone there, went on the appointment. She showed me all the units, got pictures and all that stuff. And we just started talking, took some time and talked, building rapport and things like that. And the objection that came up, she started talking to me about a year ago. She had the property tied up under contract with another wholesaler in my market. And that wholesaler, I don't know the specifics of what happened, but they tried to get an extension on the contract. They told her all the title paperwork wasn't ready. You and I probably know that they just hadn't found a buyer yet.
Yeah.
So they tried to get an extension, and she said that she had to get a lawyer to back out of the contract.
Ooh.
Well, now, because of that bad scenario she had, it just so happens that wholesaler uses the same title company that I use. It's the main one for investors around here.
Nice.
So she is overly, I mean, when I say overly, I mean extremely worried that if we go through this title company, she thinks for some reason if she signs the purchase and sale agreement that she's signing the property away. And she was asking me like, well, how do I know I'm going to get my money? And I want my money the same day. And I tried to tell her like, they'll either wire it to you or they'll put a check in your hand on closing day when we sign the documents. And she's just really overly worried that she's not going to get her money. And, I try to explain to her that all the funds go into an escrow account. That's a third party person and they represent you and me. And, I tried to overcome the objection. She's just overly worried that she's not going to get her money and we're going to end up with the property still. And she was going as far as to ask me like, well, the title company, who's the check going to come from? And I was like, well, it comes from their escrow account. And, so the appointment pretty much ended with, we agreed on a price. We had a price and everything was good. I just couldn't get that commitment to sign without her wanting to go and do some more research on the title company. Offered to use another title company. She didn't want to use that one. She recommended a title company she wanted to use, but they don't do assignments. So the appointment pretty much ended with she wants to sell it. She needs to sell it, but she wants to do some more research on the title company and wants to have her lawyer look over the purchase and sell agreement. So
Okay. There's literally only one thing you can do here. One thing.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready for this?
Let's hear it.
I mean, you know what kills all deals, right?
Right.
Time. Time kills all deals. So you're going to have to go this. What's the potential profit on this?
Probably about another minimum $20,000 assignment.
Daddy, can you give me a
Okay.
Band-Aid?
Unfortunately, this is not what you want to do, but this is what you have to do.
Come,
You're going to have to guarantee.
please come.
All right. You're going to have to guarantee. So we got some kid problems. No worries. We got.
He got a scrape on his back. He wants a Band-Aid.
Oh no.
Hey,
Basically, what you have to do is there's either two examples you have to do right here. So you can use that person's title company, kind of like what Rick said last week. He was talking about this. They need to pay for all the title, right?
Okay.
But here's the problem. What was the issue with them? Why aren't you going to use that title company?
Well, the title company that she recommended to me that she would be comfortable using, I called them and they won't do an assignment. So I would have to do some form of double close.
You're going to have to double close with that title company and they're going to pay for the title.
So my question on double closing, Go ahead.
Now, here's the problem. They might not let you double close. So there's two things you can do here. And unfortunately, this is probably going to be your best bet. You're going to have to find another title company that's like 30 minutes away or 20 minutes away that's going to allow you to double close.
Right.
And that's what you're going to have to do. If she's so... what I would also do, I've been in the situation a couple times because I got greedy wholesalers all over me. I would meet with that seller at that title company with the owner of the title company. An owner will meet with the seller if it means getting that thing done and just asking, or the title agent, and meet them there with a contract, go over the contract together and get it signed. And then she can ask the questions to the title company and they can basically give her a guarantee.
See, that actually might work out pretty well because the title company I use, they have an attorney on staff, and I've got a pretty good relationship with that attorney. Like, I can call her up and set an appointment.
Between you and me, bro, that seller most likely when they say they're going to see an attorney, they usually never do. They have like a paralegal third cousin once removed neighbor that's going to look at it. Yeah. So if you say, hey, I actually have a third party attorney who helps me close a lot of transactions, who works for that title company, why don't we just, no obligation, why don't we go meet with them? And if all your questions are answered from that attorney, we can sign there and get the agreement done.
Right.
You should be.
Yeah, she was just really overly worried. Yeah.
Hey, you'll save thousands with an attorney.
She wanted to know like all my contact information in case she had to sue me and things like that, and asked if she could see my driver's license to make sure I was who I was saying I was. And
you got nothing to hide, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a man of your word. You got integrity. Yeah. You're fine. Now, you can only be sued if you're doing deceptive practices, right?
Right.
You are lying to the seller, which you are not, right? You're being open and upfront with them. So you're doing everything the right way. Now, the only thing you can get technically sued on is if you cloud the title, you put an affidavit when you don't have it locked up, right? Or if you don't close within that time frame, but we have an inspection period, right? So you should be good within that inspection period to get out of it. But really, you got to close this deal. But you got buyers, man. You've done deals before. So
I could sell this deal in probably 2 days because the complex right next door, an out-of-town hedge fund already bought that complex, and they would scoop this one up off just pictures I'm assuming.
Between you and me, man, number one, meet him at the title company, that attorney. I think you'll be fine.
That's what I'm going to try. I told her that I'll give her a call back on Friday, so I'm going to call her back. I got another appointment set tomorrow, and I'll just go ahead and share to the stream, man. Driving for dollars and cold calling is killer. I mean, that list, I just skip traced probably 700 driving for dollars leads last night. I called for an hour today, got 2 follow-ups, an appointment for tomorrow, and had that appointment today. And I'm pretty sure the appointment tomorrow will be a deal. And I feel pretty good about this deal today. I mean, and I spent, I think, $150 skip tracing it and probably $50 in gas to get all that.
I know.
People are sleeping on it, man. They're sleeping on the drive for dollars.
You know, I can only say, I say driving for dollars probably 50. I say the word driving for dollars on this YouTube channel probably 100 times a week.
Oh, no doubt.
I don't know how more I can. I don't know what else I can do.
No.
It works, man. I mean, you've already heard my whole spiel about it. You've kind of said before what you're trying to get virtual. The number one thing I'd be focusing on is finding young investors in your market and have them drive for dollars for you. Just, you don't have enough time to drive for dollars. You don't have 60 hours a week to drive. Have them do it and you split the profits.
Yeah, I got 2 people that drive for me right now, and 50-50 splits, and I still drive on my own, and to try to get some deals that I get to keep all the equity myself. But I had one more question about double closing, something that I had explained to me there the other day.
Yeah, that's probably not a good deal for it, but yeah.
Yeah. So I'm hoping I can just do, like you said, meet with her at the title company with the attorney that they have on staff there and kind of have some of those objections hashed out and get the contract signed and go from there. But
they're a third party, so it's trusted. Like They kind of like you're talking in a way that you want to get the deal, right? It's kind of better from a third party.
Yeah. She was just really overly concerned. I mean, when I was walking around the property, I noticed she was sitting there like recording me. Like she was really overly concerned, and that's fine. I understand. She got done really dirty by another wholesaler.
There's nothing wrong with what you're doing, right?
Like that other wholesaler just like didn't even tell her and brought like 15 inspectors and buyers out and started knocking on all the tenants' doors and telling the tenants like, hey, we need to inspect the property. Your landlord's selling the property, blah, blah, blah. And she got done really wrong. And I tried to just tell her like, we're not going to have those problems. And I explained to her, I was like, she's an older woman. And I was like, ma'am, I want you to feel safe for one and feel secure and like this transaction is going to go over smoothly. And I'm not going to move forward if you don't feel like that's the case, because you being an older person, I could get in trouble if you feel like I did wrong to you. And I'm not going to go down that road.
You technically can. So I'll give you this thing. If someone felt like they got wrong, but you were completely upfront with everyone, you're good. Now, if you lied and all this deceit, you're good. If you do a deal and they feel they regretted it 4 years later and they were older, you're not going to get in trouble for that. Now, if you were deceitful, you were not upfront, you're not ethical in it, of course you will. Just understand that, like, again, you have a lot more rights when you're older selling a property, but it's not like, hey, I'm older, I can just renege out of anything I want, right?
Yeah.
You can't. But just understand that.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, it was a good appointment. Like, walking through the units, the negotiation on the price, I started out at 155,000. She came back and said the lowest I can go is 170, and I thought about it, and I was kind of wanting to try to get in at around 170, which is why I started at 150. And I told her I would do the 170,000 all cash, and we would cover the closing costs and things like that. And then we started getting into the objections. But I'll keep you updated on what happens. I think I'll be able to get it locked up.
Why don't meet that with the attorney they have at the title company? Don't say it's your attorney. There's a really good attorney that closes a lot of real estate. They'll save you a bunch of money, save me a bunch of money, and have them go over everything with you.
Okay.
That's what I do. Personally, I would do that first. And second, I'd personally just close on the deal, but I'd have to get like a stupid, insane like price for it to even work on another title company. There's too much risks. But those would be my options, and you know what to do, man.
Yeah. One option I might explore with her is there's an actual real estate attorney up here that will do assignments. I might see if she wants to set an appointment up with the actual attorney, and then if everything goes good, I can have that attorney handle the closing, because he will do an assignment.
Yeah, but if he's gonna say, I advise you not to take that, you can get a higher offer. I've had that before. I've saved those deals, but you should be fine. I would do the title company, because the title company doesn't care what price it is.
Right.
I've had attorneys; they're risky, man. Like, they're unpredictable.
Yeah, that is true. So my last question, and I'll hop off here and give somebody else who needs a little bit more help a chance. So when you're doing a double closing, I've seen the traditional method. Say I wanted to close on a property myself, I would fund it myself or go to a private lender or something like that, and I would close on the A to B transaction, and I would turn around and sell it to the buyer on the B to C transaction. Well, somebody pointed out to me a method the other day that you can have the end buyer kind of fund everything in reverse. So C would fund B, which would then fund A. So the cash buyer would come through, sign all of his documents, submit the total price of what he's going to be paying for it at the end into escrow, and then those funds gets distributed over to me and then distributed off to the seller. So it's kind of goes CBA, and then I just keep the difference from B to C. Have you ever heard of anything like that?
It's called,
I think they told me it was called single source funding or something like that.
Florida, it's like double closing in escrow. It's something double closing in something.
Yeah.
I think it's double closing
in escrow too.
Yeah, they're different verbiages, because it's technically not a term, but it's basically when you use the cash buyer's funds and they're paying 200, you locked it up for 150. So they'll take the 150 on your end, and then they'll fund the extra 50 to you. I've seen that happen before too. You need a good title company that would like that.
Okay.
Some are like, hey, that's fine, right? It's like, I don't know the state laws, but like it's not illegal to do that. But some title companies just won't. Like, it's legal for you to do an assignment in Tennessee, but some title companies just
Right.
don't want to deal with it, right? You're gonna have to find a title company that investment title company might be able to, might want to.
Yeah, I think the one that I'm using now will actually do it because I had seen a
don't
deal
need
that
to,
another wholesaler did, and it was on a big multifamily complex, and they closed in reverse like that. And,
Oh yeah, if
I know up front they didn't have the $400,000 to fund the deal themselves, so they closed
Yeah.
in reverse. I'm almost
I mean-
positive.
I mean, if you legit have the if you're making over 40, I would be doing that all day,
Yeah.
all day. We have a vlog coming out. We were like we had a deal where it's like 25 grand, 30 grand. We're like, okay. End up the buyer just like so many buyers wanted it. We sold it for like 40. And then the
Right.
buyer was like kind of new and shaky, but it was the only buyer that was gonna make 40. Everyone else was like at 30. I was like, let's just double close to be sure. And I kind
Yeah.
of break down the product, but like I do all the time. It works really well. Now blind HUDs are the best, but that's an illegal
Yeah.
gray area. So double
Yeah.
close it, man. If you're making over 40, but you should ask the
Yeah.
title company about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them a call tomorrow. It was too late today. Once I kind of started diving into the method a little bit more, and I got the closing on the other quadplex with the 37,000 assignment
Woo!
set for next Thursday.
Oh yeah,
I'm ready to go, man.
love it.